Northern politicians have threatened Tinubu if he dares restructure Nigeria, because a lot of people have been calling him for such. And that was one of the promises they stood for. He was with Nadeku, whether I still with them, but they stood for the restructuring of this country. And also the Afeniferis, they have been talking about a restructuring of Nigeria. For those who said they were going to support him or who campaigned for him, the socio-political organizations or the socio-cultural organization, whether that's socio-political political party, whichever one, Ohaneze, Pandef, Afenifere, they've been calling for the restructuring of this country. And the faction of Afenifere that supported him, that was what they stood for, and that was what they expected him to do, restructuring of Nigeria, which he himself was part of. But the same APC promised a restructuring in 2015, and it was so loud. Till today, nothing happened. During Buhari, they did all manner of nonsense. In 2019, people brought it upon them, reminded them that in 2015 you said this, you said that concerning restructuring. And before you could say Jack Robinson, they started putting up how many panel man, 3 panel committee and what have you. And everybody was like, oh yes, we are going to do the needful. Although El-Rufai told us that because he was the one that chaired the committee, he told us that they did everything and they give Buhari the recommendation, but all of a sudden, it's like he agreed, but at some point he said he was not going to do that, that nothing like a restructuring. And Tinubu knows quite well, and other people, especially people from the north, they know where that Tinubu still believes in restructuring. But some people are even calling him for the division of this country, because if it does not happen now, he's going to it go rough way. And that is why they are beginning to like they are telling him that if you dare it, if you try it, yeah, they will make your government ungovernable. They will make your government ungovernable for you if you try to restructure Nigeria. And you know what that means. If everybody, I'm supposed to call because the pandemic is like some of the middle belts and south. That's the pandemic. That is from my own understanding. The Afenifere, they are from the southwest. Why southeast or Anezi? All of them are saying the same thing. But the Arewa group has never called for the restructuring of this country. Lie. They will never do that, because the Nigeria being together is that is where they are gaining from. And I have said it times without number. And those politicians who are just collecting taxes and the Nigerian government making life uncomfortable for us, even we ourselves, the number we have, when they talk about a Nigerian, for Nigeria not to be divided, we have everything would have been in our favor. We have the market if we are supposed to go by one Nigeria, but unfortunately you don't want one Nigeria, and that's why Nigeria is what it is. If we have Nigeria, we are practicing this one Nigeria, believe you me, the country that will be more powerful than us in this world, there will be few, because we have everything. Are you talking of natural resources? Are you talking about the human capital? Are you talking about everything you can think of? The talent we have, we put it together. If we are able to shun all these sentiments, shun all this tribalism and religion and what have you, if we have responsible and reasonable politicians and elders in this country, Nigeria would have been one of the best in this country, in this world. You say you don't want you want one Nigeria, but you are not portraying the essence of that one Nigeria. What kind of a people are this? And you are dividing Nigerians along many things. Okay, the easiest one would have been, let us have a restructure, to have a restructure. They don't want it to. Recently, El-Rufai was saying, oh, let us go back to the way we were practicing regional government in this country. I know saying I'm to take talking for Imbele, you know, rich Imbele. He said it because that was after his 8 year in office. And people were like, why didn't you say it from the beginning of your administration, even in the first, not even the second term, in the first term? You see what we are talking about. So this issue of restructuring, if Tinubu dares to go there, he's going to be, they are going to get it so hot, or he's going to get it so hot. And that is the message they're sending to him, that if you think that we have supported you and you want to start behaving like television, we no clear, you know go, chop and finish you. The kind of food where they will serve you. One Nigeria, let everything be okay, everything will still be all right, everybody will go be all right last. But it's a lie, they won't do that. But they want a situation whereby people will be crawling and be doing all manner of things. You know, the question I'm always asking, those who always say they know how to play the game, they always build bridges across the country. Tell me whether their region is better off than those who they have been accusing that they don't know how to play politics, or whether the bridges they have been building have any, it's produced any form of a positive change in the lives of their people. Your guess is as good as mine. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You now know the enemies of Nigeria. Enemies of Nigeria. You know it's unfortunate. It is really, 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 really unfortunate. Where do we go from here? A lot of people that we have in this country are just for themselves. We are just a few people who are saying the truth and who really mean it. As soon as those people come out, the bad people that are, they are large in number, there are so many in number, they will come out and suppress them. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this.